Hey guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to another speed build and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited for this video because I'm kind of back on track. I took a little break for Christmas and also before Christmas I didn't really have a lot of time to do builds, and now I'm back and I'm really happy to have more time for building now. It's just great. Christmas is over, which is kind of sad because I love Christmas, but now New Year's Eve is right around the corner and I enjoy New Year's Eve a lot, so still exciting, still something fun to look forward to. I kind of feel a little bit empty, not in a serious way, but I don't know, after New Year's is over, it's all over. It's kind of in October, I'm starting to get hyped up for Halloween. Then my birthday approaches, then it's Christmas season, then New Year's, and then it's kind of nothing for a long time. However, I'm back to building. I built a family mansion on a 50 by 40 lot. I built this house on the lot that is at the left hand bottom corner in Newcrest. I built on this lot before, but not that often, but honestly it's a great lot. It has a lovely size because it's not too small, not too big. I feel like building on a 64 by 64 lot isn't always the best option depending on what you're going for, but when you're building on smaller lots, I don't know, there isn't really that much space. At first I'm like, okay, that's enough space, and then I'm kind of running out of space for building something. And this lot has a great size in my opinion, and I decided to incorporate some terrain tool building again, so I kind of added a basement, some type of open basement at the bottom. And as you just saw, the most simple way to build this is just to place a room at the bottom, just simply place it on your lot, then just add another level on top and raise the terrain so it all kind of fits and goes well together. This is how I like to do that, and I also decided to add some stairs in the front using the terrain tool. You could technically also do this by using foundations that have different heights as long as they don't completely touch, but I just thought that it would be cool to just use the terrain tools because I plan to incorporate a lot of rocks. So this kind of made sense because this way you can just hide the edges a little bit, make it look cute and nice. And the look for this house that I was going for is just a quaint, beautiful family home, lots of flowers on the wall. As you are going to see, I'm going to change up the color eventually, and the color that I was going for, I mean you saw that in the beginning of the video, is this beautiful blue. It's almost like a greenish blue. It came with seasons and I never noticed. I kind of stumbled upon this wood wall color. I was like, oh my god, where did this gorgeous color come from? I never noticed it and it looks so beautiful, and I kind of love that there is some kind of contrast going on between a lot of warmer colors and the beautiful blue. When it comes to the wood wall patterns, I'm kind of picky. I think there are a lot of beautiful options, but I don't know, some of them don't even really look like wood. Some of them, I don't know, just don't like them, but I think that this is a really cool option. And I also decided to use a very warm color for the roof, and I used some shelves to create a kind of extended trim for the roof, so it's kind of open in the center, and I think it looks so cute and it just adds a lot to this whole kind of craned look. And I said it before, but I want to say thank you so much for 5k subs on YouTube. I still can't believe it. It just seems so surreal to me. It was the best Christmas present ever, the best present that I could have wished for. I feel so grateful, so honored, and thank you guys so much. You just made this possible. This is all about you. I'm making these videos for you guys, and this is all about you, and I'm just so grateful. And I'm also going to announce a giveaway soon, not in this video, but I'm going to announce it soon just to say thank you so much, because I don't just want to give you guys something back. I'm just so happy and I'm so excited what's to come next in the next year. I started this channel a couple of months ago and I'm just so excited for what's going to happen in 2019. I hope that you guys stick around and there will be a lot of fun projects and video, and I just can't wait for what's to come, honestly. And as you can see, I placed some rocks in the front. As I mentioned before, I decided to build the stairs by using the terrain tools, because here you can now see that I'm placing the rocks all around basically, so you can't really tell that it's just the terrain tool. When you are building some type of build without any rocks around to hide the edges or without any plants, it can be a little bit tricky using the terrain tool because you can't really color them at this point when the terrain is too steep. This way it's kind of difficult to really hide the edges because it just doesn't look really clean when there is just some soil or some grass going on. Just imagine if you would have some type of terrain paint that just looks like concrete, for example, and if we could add this to some steep slopes, this would solve a lot of problems. But let's see what the devs are going to add in 2019 to The Sims. Another exciting thought, they already kind of teased that there will be a lot of exciting new additions. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen yet, but I'm just really excited for what's going to happen. I'm also curious if university will finally be a thing in The Sims 4, because I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this. I don't know, I would be happy about anything really. I'm just excited to have new build items to play around with, but if I could wish for something, it would be either something completely new that we have never seen before, or maybe something like Island Paradise in The Sims 3. I really love this pack. It was just the most beautiful thing ever in my opinion. The mermaids and just the whole world, how it looked, and the houseboats and all that stuff. But let's see what's going to happen. And here I'm adding the plants that you can add to a wall that are part of Jungle Adventure. I just thought that it would be perfect for this type of look. At first I thought, okay, I hope this is not too much, but I think it looks quite cool. And I decided to add some yellow flowers simply to have a nice contrast. I mean, eventually the house is going to be completely blue or bluish green, and I think that this is a nice contrast. And even at this point it just looks so great because the roof is kind of, it really dominates the build in a way because it's just so warm. It adds so much warmth. It's this beautiful reddish brown color. It's just so perfect. And I think the yellow really goes well together with this. And also guys, please let me know in the comments down below, how was your Christmas in case you celebrated? Did you spend some quality time with family and friends? Did you receive a lovely gift? Or what did you give to others? Because gifting is always more fun than receiving a gift in my opinion. Just let me know in the comments down below what happened in case you celebrated. My Christmas was really lovely and chill. I celebrated with my family and with my boyfriend, and we just spent a lot of time eating delicious food, watching movies, talking, just hanging around and spending some quality time. And I think it's just so important to do that. Of course, not only during Christmas, you should always spend some quality time with family and friends, but in my opinion Christmas is just the perfect time for doing that because everything just kind of slows down. Right before Christmas everyone just kind of goes crazy. There's just a lot of stress, a lot of preparations and all that stuff, and even I felt quite stressed this year before Christmas, and I was very happy when Christmas finally arrived so I could just slow down and hang around with my family and spend some quality time with them. But I have to say, because everything kind of finally slows down, it's just really good to do nothing. Christmas and the time between Christmas and New Year's Eve is just the perfect time to really lay back, to relax and to do nothing, or at least only what you have to do or feel like doing. It's just such a chill and lovely time. I just really enjoy it. The only thing that made me a bit sad was leaving my cat at home. My boyfriend's family looked after her, and of course I trust them. I know that they take very good care of her, but I don't know, I'm still kind of worried. I'm sure that every pet owner kind of knows what I'm talking about, and I just kind of missed her, and when I was home I instantly cuddled her, and she's a lovely cat, but she can be a little witch. She can be like very aggressive and evil sometimes. She's one of those cats that can be, sometimes you can approach her and you can just really pet and cuddle her, and the other time she's like, oh no, this is not going to happen, which is of course perfectly fine and I respect her boundaries. But when I come home I just instantly picked her up, and she's not really a fan of this, but this time she just purred so much. She was obviously so happy that she's not home alone anymore, and it was just so great to see her and to have her back. But now that New Year's is around the corner, she's already a little bit stressed because of the fireworks going off outside. They started selling fireworks yesterday here, so some people are already setting them off, even though it's technically not really allowed. It's only allowed on New Year's Eve. But yeah, people are doing that, and she's a little bit stressed, but that's okay. I just closed the windows and it's okay. As you just saw, I decided to use the new open chimney that is part of the free holiday pack in the front right at the door, and I also added it to some other parts of the facade. It's a kind of decorative open chimney, the type of chimney that you would just place on a wall, and then you might put some candles at the bottom. It doesn't look like a real chimney, even though you could technically modify it and make it look like a real chimney. And I just sized it up and used it like this. And I was building it, I just placed it at the front of the door, but this way the way it was blocked, so I kind of changed it up later. I placed it in the basement and then I raised it up, so this way it's not blocking the Sims way, and it just looks just as fine. So in case you're worried, there's nothing blocked. I checked this. And the house is quite big, which is where there's not a lot of space for the garden really. So there's not really a garden, just a little cute patio area where I'm going to add a table and a barbecue, so your Sims can just hang out and have a barbecue. When I was building, I kind of got carried away, and the house is quite big, I guess. I could have made it smaller so there would have been more space for a garden, but it is what it is. No, it is a big family mansion. There are 4 bedrooms, 2 kids rooms, and just 2 normal regular bedrooms. I decided against building 3 kids rooms because I just kind of felt that I've made this so often for some builds in the past, and I kind of felt like having 2 regular bedrooms kind of makes sense. But of course, if you want to, you could always change this up and just modify it and just change everything up until you like it. This house is of course available in the gallery, fully furnished, no CC as always. I'm going to add all the information down below, and I'm going to list all the packs so you can download this lot in the gallery if you want to. For the interior, I was going for a kind of classy look. I used a lot of white and gray, so I kind of kept it very clean and simple. Even here for one of the kids' rooms, it kind of looks a little bit stylish, even though it has this typical kids' room flair to it. I added toys and all that stuff, but I think it still kind of looks classy and not like a regular kids' room, which is something that I kind of like. I used a lot of objects that are part of the Vintage Glamour pack and of City Living, and I just kind of combined lots of different things. I like how it turned out, and I especially love this wall color that I used for one of the bedrooms. The bedrooms are quite similar. I just used different color schemes. As you can see, the one on the left side is a little bit brighter, while the one in the back, you can see the brown wallpaper already here in the back, is going to be a little bit darker. I was going for that kind of 20s look. I wanted this to look kind of modern but also a little bit vintage, and I think that this pack is just perfect for this type of look. I stayed away from color a little bit for this build, I guess. The only color that I really incorporated are just some little details. And these curtains are also part of the Vintage Glamour pack. They're just so beautiful. And the house is really big, so there are 2 living rooms at the bottom. You could use one room as just the regular family living room. One room could be the formal living room or something. Not that it really matters in The Sims. The Sims, as you know, they just hang out wherever they want unless you lock the doors. But because the house is so big, I kind of felt like incorporating multiple rooms like this. I just love this wallpaper so much. It almost looks like some type of pastel color. It looks like a very warm gray, but it also looks a little bit pinkish. It's just so beautiful. And I used the sofas that are part of Get Famous. Get Famous has a lot of cool stuff for any type of bench and builds, and this sofas and a lot of the other furniture just looks extremely over the top in a way, just the perfect type of furniture to use for any type of castle or palace build. And when Get Famous came out, I did some type of castle and palace builds, this type of stuff, and it was a lot of fun, and this furniture is just perfect. But when you combine just the Get Famous furniture, it can look very over the top, like a proper castle, which is a good thing, but not really good for your average kind of family mansion build. But this is a good example of combining the Get Famous furniture with some other furniture in this way. It doesn't look over the top, it's just perfect for this type of build. And the sofas look very good in a kind of toned down environment when it comes to the furniture, in my opinion. And for the kitchen, I used the counters that are part of Cool Kitchen stuff. For the kitchen itself, I decided against placing a table on side so it's not looking too cramped. So I just added a lot of bar stools to the island counters so your Sims can just hang around and eat right there in the kitchen. I also added a little bar, and the dining room is adjacent to the kitchen. It's right next to it and the hallway, so it's a very short way, and your Sims can also have dinner or lunch or whatever in the dining room. So this is it, guys. This speed build is slowly coming to an end. As always, I included screenshots, and I also included some kind of little clip where I'm panning around so you can see the interior and you have a little overview for the floor plan, because sometimes it can be a little bit confusing while watching a speed build to really get an idea of the floor plan, so I included that. And as I said before, I'm also going to include other information in the description box down below, so you can download the slot in the gallery if you want. I would like to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye!